Alright, hello guys and girls. So, we are back under the rear end of the C376 Corvette. And as you can see, I have replaced the rear spring with the composite mono spring. That has been working great. I recommend those. Look at my other videos to see that one. So, I don't know if you can see this. It's pretty obvious to me. This is the right side rear strut right here. You see how that has a curve in it? That's not good. This side is straight. So we got one side that looks straight and normal, and then one side that is obviously bent. So, I'm gonna have to crawl up in there and remove that and replace it. And that's the job of the day today, at least getting that started. So I'll probably start with a little bit of lube on those these bolts right here. That one. Get a little stuff squirted on there, try to remove that, pull that shock link out, and that will loosen up the outer end. I've got things jacked up, as you can see. I need to move my jack in here somewhere, maybe under the center cross member right up in here. I also my first job I did on this car was replacing that bushing right there. Not an easy job. It wasn't the problem, but anyway. So my phone is almost out of power. It just turned off my light. So I'm going to go throw it on the charger, and I'm going to grab some lubrication and start working on this bolt over here. Okay, so I have disconnected the exhaust pipe from this mount so that I can drop the pipe down a little bit to give myself a bit of clearance here. Let me get my light on. There we go. So I don't know if you can see just how bad that looks. I mean, that bushing is toast. And not only that, but this mount, this strut right here is definitely bent. I do want to kind of try to see what we got on this side. Now I've popped this bolt that way a little bit, so I'm at this point where I can loosen this nut and get these guys out of the way. I don't need to keep them. So we have new ones. That bolt slid back pretty easily a second ago, so let's see if I can tap it and move it back and all. It's kind of hard to do at this angle and holding a phone. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, cool. So as you can see, that's not binding at all, really. Oops. I have my hand in the way there. Alright, so it's not really binding up or anything, so I should be able to get that on out. I mean, as you can see, it's pretty loose. The important thing here to remember is that this concentric spacer is facing pretty much directly upwards. I know, don't you love my nail polish? Isn't that fancy? How many mechanics do you see wearing bright red nail polish? So the nice thing here is that this is just going to come sliding right on out of there, which means that this guy is either totally wedged into that hole which it's sort of starting to look like. And that's concerning because I don't know what's going to happen when I pop this out. I'm going to have to tap that carefully with a hammer. I got to put the nut back on to prevent it from mushrooming. I'm going to do this backwards actually, so I don't damage the top of the bolt. So really awfully strange angle of doing this stuff here, but basically I'm putting this back on backwards so I can gently tap on it. I want to make sure it's flush. And yeah, I don't wear nail polish very often, only sometimes, special occasions and whatnot. Alright, so let's see if we can tap that. Let's see if I can hold the phone. I'm trying to get more action out of my videos here. Alright, so what you can see is right here, I've got this almost loosened up completely. But I'm afraid that once I tap that out, then that's going to release this side and the wheel's going to do something funny. But I don't know. I don't think so. So I figured, well, I'll just record it and we'll see what happens. Alright, well, nice. Cool, that's loose. So that's good to know. We are totally loose on that, and the wheel didn't go flying off or anything strange. As we can see here, that bushing is just completely shot. Really, really bad news right there. So I'm gonna clean this all up, scrub that. Actually, you know what? I may just go ahead and try to pull that out of there and just clean it and repaint it and all that, but I don't know. I mean, that's really nasty, that's for sure. So, alright, so now the challenge is getting it out of this guy here. So how now, brown cow? How am I gonna get that out of there? This whole side needs to slide out. So I'm gonna have to figure that out now. Okay, so I'm still working on getting this rascal out of there. Lubed it up a little bit, trying to loosen it up, trying to shove it out, but wanted to grab some footage of this area here. This looks like really bad. That bushing is probably in dire need of replacement. And as you can see, there's a lot of chunky rust up on the arm there. Now, I don't believe, I mean, it's still in good shape. It's still nice and solid. So I think that the trailing arms are okay, but I mean, if you look at that, that is probably shot too. So I'm gonna really need to tear that all apart and go through it and I really need to just remove the whole trailing arm and rebuild it. I need new rotors in the back. Pads are good. And, you know, things work back here fine, but I haven't been able to check the bearings, so I don't know the shape that they're in. The U-joints look a little bit strange back there. I'm not sure what the scoop is on those. They're old too, I'm sure, so they're definitely going to need to be replaced soon. Really need to do a full rear end rebuild on this car, but I will do that. But right now, I just want to get these damn struts replaced, and that is not easy due to this this guy right here being a pain in the butt. So I gotta figure out a way to pry that out of there.